Canadians. I hope the sound quality is perfect. So, we have our election this year, on or before October 21st. You know, you could vote right now. Depends on your location, on province, but certain cities have polling stations. Anyway, let's talk about these 6 little candidates. See, the good thing about Canada is that, we're not a two-party system. We don't have to vote for 2 people. And that's awesome. As long as enough people get votes in a certain political riding, their voice will be represented in the Parliament of Canada. Now, this year, a lot of countries are going to have elections, so I recommend checking these out. It's pretty funny. And also, we don't want to be like these guys. The first time I saw this, I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, damn, he got so many seats. How did he do that? But one of my favorite ways, I don't know. Sometimes I think I kiss Israel's ass too much, but look at them. They have multiple parties. Look at them, multiple different votes. Of course, they have one prime minister, but they have their voice heard. Honestly, I love the way Israel is. Like, the funny thing is, look, they have a Labour Party. They even have an anti-Zionist party. Although I don't like it. Yeah, these guys, the jointless. But hey, you know what? At least their voices are being heard. Now, speaking of voices, ours was being attacked. Yep, the freedom of speech in Canada. Now, I saw this, and this was an interesting website. And Maxime Bernier being one of the candidates. I'm like, he's right. M103 and Bill C-16 were the 2 threats of freedom of speech. Technically, we don't even have free speech anymore in Canada. Bill C-16 is a compelled speech law where you have to call people by their preferred pronoun. And M103 is a anti-Islamophobia law, which we already had anti-hate laws against religions. And I am a Muslim, although I would say I'm a Muslim reformist. And I don't think my religion deserves to get extra protection. In fact, it's such a vague law to give the government some power to just be able to put someone in prison or punish them just because of what they say about a religion? Yeah. Anyway, so I decided to check this out. These are the people, or should I say MPs, which were members of parliament during those votes. Now this one was for M103, the anti-Islamophobia law. I decided, okay, let's see. Even though this was 2017, I'm going to say, let's see what Andrew Scheer, was he for or against this? Oh, good. He was against this. Okay, I like this guy. Jagmeet Singh wasn't in power that day, so we can't check him. Trudeau, the funny thing is I voted for Trudeau. He wasn't there on that day. We can't see. Francois Blanchette, he recently got a seat, so we can't check him. Elizabeth May. Let's see, Elizabeth May. Oh, Elizabeth May was a... Oh, she was a yes. Okay, well, she lost my vote. Let's see, Bernier. He was nay. Okay. That's good. So far out of these 6, I'm personally not going to vote for her. And also, just so you guys know, this is just how I think of voting this year. My biggest issue is freedom of speech. And I just wanted you guys to know. It's not like if you don't agree with me, I would hate you. See, let's not try to be like the Americans, no offense Americans, to try to demonize the other side. There's no doubt in my mind that these 6 people are not trying to destroy the country. So let's not demonize people who vote for different candidates. But personally, I will not be voting for her because she was a yes. Anyway, now let's check the votes of Bill C-16. This one, C-16, was the one that was forced. This is the first time in 150 years of Canadian history. forced speech. We have to call trans people by their preferred pronouns, whether it's he, she, they, them, z, or zer. This is not a joke, people. Okay, now let's check again. What did Trudeau say? He was a yes. Okay, he's not getting my vote. Which is, I kind of want to apologize to my Canadians. I voted for Trudeau back in 2015. And that's not happening again. Let's check Andrew Scheer. He was a no. Okay, you're safe. Again, Singh wasn't there. Neither was Blanchett. I can't check that. I'm not voting for her, so let's see Bernier. Bernier. He was a yes! Oh my god! Bernier approved Bill C-16. Which is funny because this is Maxime Bernier's site, Two Threats of Freedom of Speech. Now, I know Bernier has changed his mind on that, and now he is against Bill C-16. But, and obviously I forgive him, and there's no doubt in my mind if he gets votes, he'll still try to cut it. And of course, we're Canadians, we believe in second chances. Personally though, due to the fact that at the time of the vote, Maxime Bernier was a yes to Bill C-16, I can't risk that. Because if in the future, if there's something else that's popular, that's not good, he could just support it for no reason. But Andrew Scheer showed me though, even at the time that it was unpopular, he was a no. So I guess Bernier, May, and Trudeau are out. So it's either Singh, Scheer, or Blanchett. Now, the funny thing is, before Singh, and before, Blanchett, the leader of Bloc Québécois, this man was the leader of the Bloc Québécois. And he actually voted no on Bill C-16. Now, of course, he is the previous leader, but that makes me really proud of the Bloc Québécois. Because they actually were standing up for free speech at a time where only Andrew Scheer was. I'm really considering voting for these guys. See, look at this. Mario Biolio, he was a nay. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Now, the problem is, though, he's currently not the leader. This guy is. And he wasn't the leader of the Bloc Québécois during the vote on Bill C-16 or M103. So I don't know what he would vote for. And what about Jagmeet Singh? He wasn't there either. But the leader of the NDP also voted yes on these votes. But then again, I can't judge them. Because again, he's the new leader. I wonder if he would have approved or disapproved of these anti-free speech laws. But then I found this. Jagmeet Singh, which by the way, this is still up, but this Twitter, look at that. March 5th, this is still up. He hasn't removed it or anything. He was a big socialist. I'm sorry, he is a big socialist. This guy, Fidel Castro, he murdered millions and caused the death of millions. In fact, these are the replies to his tweet. And I love this. To argue with a person who has renounced the use of reason is like administering medicine to the dead. This is shocking. I've even seen pictures of Jagmeet Singh with picture of Che Guevara in his room. Like, imagine he had a picture of Hitler. Everybody would be up in arms. But Che Guevara? Yeah, that's fine. You know, no one's going to talk about the millions of people Che Guevara killed. So, unfortunately, I can't vote for him. But one little side note. What I love about Canada is even though Jagmeet Singh his last name Singh. He's obviously brown. And you'd think, oh, a lot of brown people are going to vote for him. That's actually not true. Now, here's the funny thing. Obviously, you don't have to vote for someone just because they're your skin color or they're your gender. And that's what I love about Canada. A lot of his votes are coming from white people. I think. I could be wrong about that because I can't find any polls on skin color and voting, which is also a dumb thing to look at. Oh yeah, this skin color votes for this person. Why are we dividing like that? It's pretty dumb. Also, there's a chance that this man might not even win a seat to become a prime minister, because in Canada you actually need to see, for non-Canadians watching this, we don't actually vote for a leader. We vote for a party, and the party picks the leader. And his party currently doesn't have a seat in Vancouver where he's running. Just a little sign. Anyway, so I have to eliminate him. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm down to Scheer and Blanchet. Now here's the funny thing. I legit at first was shocked that my simple standard of freedom of speech has led me to 2 people. And Bloc Québécois, I never thought of even considering them as someone who I would vote for, but I'm really starting to, even though I don't live in Quebec. I even checked out the Bloc Québécois ideology, and it's very interesting. Now, Quebec sovereignty, I don't support this. Come on, we need Quebec and Quebec needs Canada. We need each other. Environmentalism, this one I was iffy on. I can't say I supported nor, I'm against it. Abortion, I'm actually pro this, although not what New York is doing. I'm pro-abortion up to the first trimester. And then LGBT, I'm like, yes, I support same-sex marriage. Decriminalization of cannabis, I was like, yes, I support this. Legalization assisted suicide, I support this. Now, this one might get controversial. I obviously support people getting as much psychological, emotional, even physical help. But yeah, at one point, I'd rather people get assisted suicide rather than attempt to suicide by themselves. Because if you attempt to suicide and you end up hurting, let's say, permanently damaging a part of your body, you're going to live the rest of your life even more miserable than you are now. So although this is controversial, I would say I support it. Abolition of the Canadian Senate. I actually support this. It sounds a bit radical, but the Canadian Senate is very useless, and they just get a lot of taxpayer dollars doing nothing. We already have a parliament. The Senate is just... I could almost make another video about this. Withdrawal of Canadian troops from Afghanistan. Yes, I support this. Opposition to Canadian participation in Iraq war. Yes, I support. Abolition of monarchy. Here's the funny thing. This one's not a big deal. The funny thing is, the English monarchy barely has power in Canada. And to anyone from UK watching this, listen, I like you guys. I support the UK Independence Party. You guys are awesome. But it's kind of a pride thing. See, I may have been born in Iran, but I spent the last 12 years of my life in Canada. And I consider myself a proud Canadian. And I don't like when Canada looks like Britain's bitch. I'm sorry. Even though I know Britain doesn't have any real power in controlling Canada, we are independent despite what people think. It still has a symbolic power. It's just a pride thing, you know. It's just a stubborn pride thing, you know. I'll admit it. It is a bit silly, but I'd rather we get rid of it. Just saying. I'm not saying we become enemies with Britain. Just I don't like looking like Britain's bitch. I'm sorry. I just don't like that. Anyway, so I'm genuinely confused. This Blanchet guy. The funny thing is, though, Blanchet and Scheer don't have much in common, despite the fact that, you know, people call these both right wing, except in a lot of it Blanchet is left wing, And also, I don't like this whole idea of looking at stuff. Okay, I'm left wing, so I should vote for the left, or I'm right wing, I should vote for the right. So I think you should just look at what you value and vote for that. And that's the way I saw it. And my value of freedom of speech, this guy didn't meet it, she didn't meet it, he kind of meets it, and he certainly doesn't meet it. So it comes down to these two. And I was legit stumped because I don't know who to vote for. The problem is there's always a fear with Bloc Québécois winning and just like separating Canada. There's always a possibility. But it's also just a rumor. Like, personally, I voted for Trudeau because I looked at his name. Liberal. I'm a liberal. I still am a liberal. And liberalism, freedom of speech. But then he is the most anti-free speech prime minister we've ever had. So, yeah, I'm still stuck between these two. But then I found one thing. This. You have to understand, Canada is divided into areas called ridings. Now, in each ridings, Canadian citizens vote for somebody who we think will represent us. And then these representatives go vote for an MP, or some of them, they become an MP. And then those MPs on election day, see, a member of parliament, they become a member, those riding representatives either vote for or become an MP, and then that MP represents people in the House of Commons in Ottawa, which is the capital of Canada. So the problem is there has to be enough people to support someone in a riding in order for you to vote for them. Now, my area, which I will not reveal, doesn't have a lot of French people. In fact, we're not even close to Quebec. I'm in Ontario. I'm in a city called Etobicoke. So in my area, there's mostly going to be probably just option for these three. Maybe a communist vote, but yeah, there are some radical communists in my area. So yeah, obviously I'm not going to vote for communists. So in that case, I'll vote for Scheer. But if I lived in any area with Blanchet as an option, yeah, I would definitely vote for Blanchet. I think this is a very interesting candidate, and his party has supported things like free speech and gay marriage that I also support. Now, obviously, all three of these candidates support gay marriage. It's not like these oppose it. But, and actually, what am I saying? Even Maxime Bernier, everybody supports gay marriage, so obviously it's true, but I'm saying these guys supported it at a time that it was unpopular. And I have no problem if you support Bernier or May or Trudeau or even Singh. Let's respect each other whether we vote for people we agree or disagree on. Personally, like I said, I'm going to vote for Bloc Québécois if it was an option, but most likely in my area there's not enough representatives for Bloc Québécois, so I'm probably going to have to vote for Scheer. And I know I sound a bit disappointed, but no, Scheer is a great candidate, and the Conservative Party of Canada is actually arguably the most centrist conservative party in the world. Like the US Republicans or even the British Tories, they're not really I don't want to say they're not centrist, but the Conservative Party of Canada is the closest thing to a centrist government in the world, actually. I can't think of any country. I don't know, I guess I got to do more research, but yeah, these guys are good. But I know a lot of Canadians might vote for Bernier, but I don't know, to me, Scheer showed something that he was opposed to Bill C-16 before it was cool. He was pro C-16. That's the reason I can't vote for him. Anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know who you're voting, and let me know if I'm wrong by supporting him. Have a good day. Au revoir.